Hey everyone, it's Ryan Parish back with your weekly sports update. Over the weekend, Williston played host to the Class A WDA Regional Championships. The Coyote boys runners took third place, with 5 runners finishing inside the top 20. As he has all season, McKay Chumley led that group, running his time in 16 minutes and 52.39 seconds. Also finishing inside the top 20 was Leif Larson, Gunnar Alvarado, Will Olson, and Elijah Willitson. Finishing just outside the top 20 in the 22nd place was Grayson Swain. On the girls' side, the Coyotes finished in 8th place, with Eleni Lovegren running in 19 minutes, 11 seconds to finish in 5th. The next highest finisher for Williston was Ava Marburger, who finished in 26th. Also over the weekend, North Dakota State Championships for tennis, Matthew Richter was eliminated after 2 matches, while the doubles team of Parker Crom and Rise Engett went 1 and 2 before eventually being eliminated. Finally, over the weekend, the Coyotes volleyball team lost a match against Dickinson, losing 3-1. The Coyote Swim and Dive team also had competition this week as they traveled to Jamestown, first to compete in a set of duels on Friday, and then again in an invite on Saturday. I took the time to talk to head coach Joe Kemp about how the team did, and also spoke to him about an event that will be happening this weekend at the Arc.
So coming into the season, we had 15 returners. A lot of young talent. We got the Logan sisters, Demi Peterson, Ellie Schmidt, Torgen Knudsen, and a lot of other talented girls. On the diving side, we've got Maddie Fagerland, Becca Ferguson. So we were really excited about the season coming in. And then on top of that, people just kept trickling in throughout the season. We ended up tripling our numbers. So now, including our red shirt girls, we're up to 45 people, which is outstanding and a little overwhelming. We had an ambitious goal at the beginning of the season, but we had some injuries to some of our key swimmers at the beginning of the year, some medical issues. But thankfully, now that we're getting towards the championship meets, WDA and state, things are really starting to come together. Hopefully, our goal right now is to place top 3 in the West and top 5 in the state. Like I said, ambitious goals, but thankfully things are starting to come together towards the end of the year. We had some really great races this weekend. We're kind of at the part of our season where the girls are swimming, 4 or 5, they're going to get up to 6 miles a day. In addition to, some of them take a fitness class at the school, and we always do 45 minutes of dry land. So they're doing about 4.5 to 5.5 hours of exercise a day. So they're showing up to meets and swimming some pretty tired races, but it's a good sign. Watching them swim these races, they look tired, but they're still swimming fast times. They look tired, feel tired, but they're swimming fast times, so that's really promising. A couple people in particular, Marissa Baranum, she has always had a lot of potential, but she's just tiny. So she goes up against these big kids, and it's tough for her to compete. Her form is really nice, she races hard, she's really talented. But her times are just starting to drop off the face of the earth right now. She had 2 new state qualifying times this weekend, almost got a 3rd, and she's starting to score us a lot of points. And then on the diving boards, Maddie Fagerland, she's been a little bit frustrated this season trying to get some new dives. She's getting into the area where she's among the elite divers in the state. So she's having to add difficulty to her diving list, and those dives are a little bit intimidating, and they're kind of dangerous. So adding those dives has been a bit of a challenge for her, but despite all that, she's had by far the best scores of her career this season. She's up in the 330 range, which is really good, and she has the potential to place really high at state. And then another diver, Becca Ferguson, this weekend was her last weekend, or her last opportunity to qualify for state. And she had by far the best day of her career. It's her first year, but she bested her score by about 35 points, I think, and made considerations for state. Really showed up and had a clutch performance. So this weekend we don't have a swim meet, but the girls are going to be busy anyway. They've got they're helping host the triathlon, or they're volunteering as the ARC hosts the triathlon. And then we've got a bingo fundraiser this weekend as well. So if you like bingo, come to the Arc on Saturday.
What time?
5:30.
And is it a fundraiser? Or?
Yep, yeah, it's a fundraiser. Everything's going to go towards getting gear for the girls, new team sweats, team suits. Got to get new suits every year, so pretty expensive. So it's all going to go towards that kind of stuff.
And now for what's coming up this week in sports. In football, the Mondack Thunder will have their senior night against Garfield County on Friday night. In high school volleyball, Wilson hosts a home match against Legacy on Saturday at 3:45. In college volleyball, the Tetons will host Division 13 sub-regionals on Saturday and Sunday. And finally, in hockey, the Tetons will travel to Montana State on Thursday, to Montana Tech on Friday, and then back to Montana State on Saturday to complete a 3-game weekend series. That's it for sports this week. We'll see you next week.